But
True, true. There's definitely also some women that have like a high, what should we call it? A high need or a high wanting, a high wish, a high longing for
was
sexual
it
intercourse.
what is it? Libido? Is that the word
I,
for it?
it's the word in Dutch, but I didn't know it was the word in English as well. Yeah, then I guess that is the word probably.
Yeah. Yeah, some people are yeah, little sex addicts.
It's definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely because I don't have anything to back it up, but I would presume it's more common in men than in female though. Men
Yeah.
than females, plural.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense because you got to think women had the luxury of just really kind of just sleeping with whoever what they want. Men always have the urge but don't have the looks or the money or just really they don't have the choices. So I think that's why a lot of men just sleep with whoever gives it out just because they don't have a lot of options like women. So I guess, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Men would be a lot more sex driven, I guess.
Yeah, I think sadly it's also a bit evolutionary, a bit of an evolutionary perspective because, well, if a man would impregnate a woman multiple centuries ago, the woman had to stay put until the child was born, and the man could just still do whatever he wants, still roam free.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, that has changed a little bit though.
Yeah, I think all right, well I'm gonna start recording. What do you want to talk about?
You can decide, man. I'm just going with the flow, you know. I'm just being present in the moment, seeing what comes up in that old brain.
Present in a moment. Okay. All right. You want to do some warm-up games, or you just want to just wing in and just? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We're gonna do casual anyway, so
You can
it's
choose.
not
I
like we're
mean,
doing rank. So who needs warm-up games, all right?
true, 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 true.
We don't play this game to be good.
Well, I hope not, because then we wouldn't have much fun playing this game at all, I feel like.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Although, I mean, I've definitely improved since I started playing, like 7 years ago or 8 years ago, which is fine, I guess, but
You mean to
probably.
tell me you didn't start at Champ 1 from Jump Street?
No. Oh man, I remember the good old first days of Rocket League back when I was still watching every Kronovi video and being impressed when he just did like a flip or something like that. Oh.
Yeah, he hit it off the wall, and you're like, what? He can
How
go
did
off the
it do
wall?
that?
People can't do that, and now it's like and now it's like if you don't do a triple reset, musty YY trick shot, 360 no scope, it's like it's boring. Now it's like you see everybody in casual going for flip resets, and you're like, okay, big deal.
Absolutely, yeah. The meta is kind of
Everybody,
shifted.
yeah, everybody in casual that isn't me, because I don't go for those.
I heard you talk about it in one of your Rocket League videos that you recorded on your own, that you are also like more of a setup type player that sets up for other people to then score the goal, take the win.
Yeah, I'm not no scorer, man. I mean, that could just be like my banter where my shooting is very subpar. Um, I didn't want to knock it away. My shooting is very subpar, so that could just kind of be like my way of joking, like, I'm a passer whenever I shoot it and it bounces off post, but my teammate scores it.
Mm.
So that's kind of like a joke at the same time, but
I feel you, I feel you. The only problem is that whether it's a joke with me or not, I don't know, but either way, I am like exactly the same type of player. I almost never score the goal. My buddy Krogren always make sure that he is ready to receive the setup. So
yeah.
I think it's gonna be difficult for us to form a good team if we would want to take ourselves seriously and actually go for wins. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we could really be a good team considering the time differences. So it's only be on the weekends that we'd ever like be able to play together.
Yeah, true. And also, not to mention that I always have to play with 116 ping or something like that.
Yeah, and plus it's like who really wants to be like limited to this game?
True.
Like when you it's
I should jump a
more,
bit higher.
we like variety around here. Though, I mean, lately, I don't know. I haven't really been interested in many games. I've been really thinking about like Trying to stream on YouTube. I just remembered I need to try and set that up. Cause like streaming on Twitch is like one thing, but it is a very oversaturated platform, and
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is like I don't even know how to find streams on YouTube.
I see them in my recommended or in my subscriber videos list sometimes, but I never click it because I don't think I have ever like, or maybe once or twice, like seriously with the intention of actually watching a live stream, watched a live stream on YouTube.
Yeah. It's always been like one of those like ones where I'll have the second monitor going and it might just pop up and I just haven't clicked off of it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I've never intentionally watched a stream on YouTube either. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's better than Twitch. I mean, to my understanding, if you have like more than like 10 viewers, you're like top 5% on Twitch or something.
Yeah, true. Because indeed
Oh
the
my
market
God,
is
what a
so
shot.
oversaturated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you should
Oh,
definitely go
let's
for it.
go.
Streaming is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Why not, right? I play like an hour a day, which isn't very much, but
Yeah, I
just like
think
I still got to study my Japanese today.
that's like the only problem with streaming I experience, right? I just don't have the time to consistently log like multiple hours each day, and that's why I stick to YouTube
Ooh.
videos. Damn, I shot.
I was actually surprised. I was actually kind of happy with that. Look at
Yeah.
that. I was like, caught it in front, behind him.
Oh, absolutely. Quick
Oh,
plays.
yeah. Look at me looking like a big brain. I like it.
Do you watch live streams a lot on other platforms, on Twitch and stuff?
I never watch streams
No, me
ever.
neither. Or at
Even
least
when I
like
was on,
very rarely.
yeah, I don't know. Streaming's not fun because it makes me just want to play the game
Mm.
if it's a game that I enjoy. So I'm like, why watch it when I can just do it? But some people are into that. I don't know. I like watching highlights of streams
Yeah,
on
yeah,
occasion on
absolutely.
YouTube and stuff like that. Oh, a little lag there.
That like takes out all the downtime and all the less enticing moments.
Absolutely.
If there's only two streamers I watch kind of regularly. If I ever do watch a stream, it's when one of those are streaming, and it's Boti. He is a RuneScape streamer, and it's Northernline. He's also just like my favorite YouTuber.
Yeah, I think you told me about them.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like Northernline, because he is my biggest inspiration as well, so I must have told you about him.
No, I threw myself out of position as well. I'll take responsibility for that because I hit it with the intent of, you see how I called? I was hoping I could double back. I hit it with the intent of the first guy not being there.
Mm.
And yeah.
Yeah, sadly, our intents are not always mirrored by our opponents. That's life.
Not even worried. Okay. Deep thoughts with Druid.
And what are you gonna get up to on YouTube now that your placements are over?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like,
Nice save.
ooh. It's not like I'm good enough to make montages.
So it doesn't have to be high skill montages, can be funny montages as well though.
Demo montages, that'd be great. I would love that so much. Nothing would bring me more happiness than having montages of just demoing people and just getting like people really upset. Like, it sounds really bad, but
People do tend
it
to get really upset at times, even though it's just like a part of the game, right?
well, it's one thing for it to like be part of the game, but when that's your whole game, like
Mm.
sometimes I'll play with two buddies and we'll go into threes and we'll take turns rotating who goes for demos. So it's like it's one thing for it to be part of the game, but when it's you're getting chased the entire game, that's when it's like, bro, you need to chill out.
Alright, yeah, I understand that. It becomes part of your identity. I'm just a demoer today. And so you still have to
Yeah.
study your Japanese today. What do you have in mind? What do you have planned?
Oh, I did not mean to take your boost.
No problem.
I don't even know why I flicked it. I'm just so scared on the ground that I just throw it away right away.
I just gave them a free goal as well.
So I joined this like Facebook group. What is this? I don't know.
No, me neither.
For it's like for Japanese learning, and I guess it's kind of helpful. Well, this person posted this. People always asking
Sorry.
what are your tips for blah blah blah, and I don't know. This guy kept just constantly posting this. I think it's called Crystal Hunter. Ooh. It's
Crystal
called
Hunter.
Crystal Hunter. Yeah, and it's a manga, but it's a manga that I believe is written entirely in hiragana and katakana, which are two of the three writing systems in Japanese. There's a third called kanji, but that's a lot. That's the long journey. Hiragana and katakana hiragana is like the alphabet, like your alphabet, and then katakana is the same thing, but it's for foreign borrowed words, which is 10% of the alphabet. So it's written entirely of that, and I think it's 133 pages. So I want to study katakana because I keep putting it off, and that way I can try and read I can read that manga, and it'll help with the reading practice, and it'll help cement like hiragana and katakana in my mind. I have hiragana pretty down packed, but katakana I've just been really putting off. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, and then what about that third option, kanji? That's like the only one I've ever heard about.
Yeah, kanji. So I use Anki, which is for space repetition, and every day I think it starts with like the 2,000 most common like words. Yeah, don't worry about the game. We ain't focused on it. It starts with, I believe, the 2,000 most common words. It's like Anki, it's like Japanese 2K, 6K deck or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know if there's an order, but I think it has 6,000 and 2,000 most common ones. Well, I learn about 5 or 6 new ones a day. Now, do I remember them all? Not entirely, but it has it to where it's written in, if it can be written in kanji, it's written in kanji. So most of them are written in kanji, and some have a little bit of hiragana after it, depending on if they can be the entire word or meaning can be written in kanji. So most of it's kanji. So I'm learning kanji and being able to recognize kanji, at least for those words. So it's like I'm still kind of practicing them subconsciously.
I get
So yeah, I'm not. And the thing is in Japan, at least in touristy areas, there's a lot of the words are written in furogana, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure. God, we're working so hard for that.
ball just doesn't want to go in.
Go to your home, ball.
Oh, didn't have a flip anymore. And is that like another new system or?
No. Okay, so I'm getting so sidetracked. But yeah, so furigana is pretty much all it is just kanji, but it has hiragana written. What the hell did I do? I don't know what that was. It has hiragana written above it. So you don't even need to know how to read the kanji. You can just read the hiragana above it. So it kind of takes away from the need to understand how to read kanji, as long as it's like, to my understanding, it's mainly used for like train stations. It's mainly used for navigating in public. So it's like if you still want to be able to like read a anime or read a manga, or like a newspaper, you're still gonna have to know kanji. But it's just, at least for like tourists, it's like you can much easier navigate. And plus, since there's 2,136 that they want you to know to be, I guess, fluent, like
Mm,
that's still a lot of, it's still a lot to know.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it just makes it easier.
It's kind of just like kanji with extra subtitles, if you will,
Yeah.
in an easier system.
Yeah. So it's like
All
I don't
right.
need to know how to read that kanji. I can just read it in hiragana, which you can learn hiragana pretty easily. So that's why I don't know why I've been putting off katakana, because you can learn both in a day or two.
Mm. And your final goal, I can imagine, is just to be able to understand things and to have conversations. So, what exact system you know it in doesn't really matter, or when it's like just spoken Japanese, are there the same systems?
Spoken Japanese? What do you mean? Same system? Like,
Because we were just
ugh.
talking about writing, right? Or is it
Yeah.
just like an entire system of communication with both also like different ways of speaking, of talking? If that makes
Not
any
even.
sense.
I'm not fully understanding.
So we have these two systems where, for example, you have kanji and then there's the other system written below it as well for tourists, right?
Yeah.
So those are two different ways of writing the same information, right?
So do they have multiple ways of writing or speaking? This,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have a lot. And so like they have multiple ways of like saying stuff based off of like levels of respect, to my understanding.
Mm.
Um I think like it's like I can't even tell you. I think one of them is named like the Kunyon reading or something like that, where it's like a really high respect way of reading, where it's like if you're talking to a boss or something in a very, like respectful like manner,
Mm-hmm.
but like I wouldn't really talk that way to you necessarily.
You don't
It'd be
respect
a
me
lot
enough?
more casual.
No, no, I
So,
understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, I did not even mean to clang it that bad. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like, for example, like you'd say like Ohio, like which means good morning. So, to you I'd be like Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But to like a boss I'd say Ohayo gozaimasu,
All right.
which
Yeah.
the gozaimasu adds an extra layer of respect. Shit. I don't know too much about like the differences, to be honest. That's not. It's like the more I learn about Japanese, like the more just like Jesus, why is it this difficult? Like, like, but I don't know. I've seen something where it said like, somebody did some type of study that said for native English speakers, Japanese is as hard of a language to learn as it can get. So
And you're like, all right, this is the language I want to learn.
yeah, what I don't know why. God, I don't know. I just really like the culture from an outside point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. I can understand that. It just seems so interesting.
Absolutely. And it seems like a beautiful place to live. I mean,
Sure.
the weather is different story. And I also think they have like some of the highest amount of like, natural disasters and stuff like
Yeah, a lot of
um
earthquakes and stuff, right?
yeah. I think they're like right on the what is it called? The tectonic plates?
Yeah, I think
Is
that's
that?
correct. I think
Yeah.
that's correct term.
Yeah. Something like that. They're like right on the cusp, so yeah, they have a lot.
I might have asked you about this already. I can't really remember because we spewed out so much toxic sewage in our last episode that I don't even
Bro,
remember
I
what we
feel
talked
so
about.
bad because I just woke up and I was sitting there like, I was like, I felt so bad. I'm like, man, I just wasted that man's time.
Oh no, absolutely not. I was having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, you were like, this is Twistedgunz. He's kind of an idiot. Listen, he's talking about pop music and why it's shit.
It's
Your
always
viewers are gonna be like, what is up with this dude?
yeah, because my viewers, those 3 people and then my 50 fake accounts are definitely gonna hate on you.
Psst.
Uh,
Hey man, you get more viewers than me. Granted, you've been at it like way longer, but yeah,
Yeah.
you've been popping off, King.
True.
What was your last video? Like 600-800 views? What's up with that?
Yeah, and then random like Soulstone video, but the Noita videos, their consistency really baffles me. They definitely get like 50 or even more views every single video, and normally it's what I get on 5 separate videos, so that's a lot of fun.
My
And
man really tried to clang that past me.
the World of Warcraft
Yeah.
videos are also popping off a little bit, and that's fine. It's all fun. It's all fun and games. It's all for pleasure. It's not because of the numbers, but please pay me.
I can't remember what it is, but what do you need, like a 1,000 subscribers before you can even start monetizing or something?
Absolutely, yeah. 1,000 subscribers and like for something, maybe 4,000 hours or maybe more even hours of watch time, maybe 40,000 hours or something.
You screw that. Hey.
Hey, that was actually clean though. Don't mind me.
Hey,
That's
look at him. Look at him
poss-
doing a little Doomsy dish.
possibly the craziest shot I have hit in the last couple of months, maybe years. Yo, that felt good.
You know that's called a Doomsy dish, right?
It's a term I've heard being thrown around before, but I never knew what it actually meant.
Oh yeah, a little well, yeah, a little Doomsy dish. Well, kind of. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah.
He
It's
wasn't.
where you're on like their back wall or
Mm-hmm.
you're on the side of their net and you hit it off and then you jump and then you score it on your own.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't even want to go against these guys again.
He was
This
another
guy,
one of those OG players, right, Doomsy?
yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not big into that scene, but anytime I see like Rocket League, the only person I watch Rocket League is Lethamir. He's actually like one of the few people I ever watch on a daily basis. Granted, he's also like one of the few that actually uploads on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I actually thoroughly enjoy his videos a lot. Generally speaking, because he was a ex-pro and he became a YouTuber and he's a map maker and he's probably like the biggest map maker out there.
Yeah, without a
He's
doubt, I
got
think.
Yeah. I love his videos. As long as it's not like I don't really care to watch his like just normal gameplay and stuff. Like I enjoy like seeing his videos that are pertaining to like maps he's made and stuff.
Absolutely. For me, it's always gonna be Rizzo and Sis. Those are the
Oh
only
yeah.
the only Rocket League YouTubers I watch consistently. If they make videos together, because they're separate videos, I don't really watch them.
Yeah, no, they were honestly my favorite. I'm not subscribed to their channels, so I don't know. But I did watch a video, it was Reddles, Lethamir, Sizz, and Riz, um, going against like random viewers. And the viewers had all power-ups and stuff. And they didn't, yeah. So that was kind of entertaining, but yeah, no, they were my favorite. Ow.
I have had periods in my life where I watched some of Jazer's videos on Fridays.
Mm.
And I know
It's like
a cousin of
old.
mine is really big into Evample, he's called. He's also like
Oh
a
yeah,
freestyler guy I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's like Pulse and stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not really the type of if I watch that type of content, I just feel like playing Rocket League instead of watching it. Not that I think that I can pull off any of the shit they pull off, but it's just like the gameplay feature in Rocket League is some way not entertaining enough for me to actually watch it. It's different than something like League of Legends. I can still enjoy watching someone else play it, but Rocket League is a bit too similar, I think, maybe. Every game.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do so much, like, there's only so much like variety
Sure.
to the stuff you can do. It's like okay, you just watch Daniel do a triple reset. It's like okay, big deal. I
Yeah,
know like mechanically that's like insane, but I don't know, it's kind of stagnant after such a long while. It's nothing really new. They haven't changed anything up.
absolutely.
It'd be cool if they found like some like new mechanics that would, or added something. Look at this freaking nerd. Look at this nerd. Like, bro, okay, I get it. You tried hitting a flip reset musty and you've been failing. I get it. Chill, bro. I get it. You're trying to hit clips. Cool. Like, damn. It ain't that serious, man. I want to demo that guy so bad. Oh, I went for it.
No, whatever.
I went for the demo. Yeah, that meme guy, you can tell he practices this game. What a nerd. Anytime I see somebody practicing a game, I hate. Uh, I don't hate the game. I've just played it just so long. It's just kind of like whatever.
Absolutely. Although when I'm playing with like friends, I still enjoy it. But Rocket League is not a game that I would ever get into solo grinding or
Whoops.
something.
Oh god, you won't ever catch me in a ranked game. That's why when I did the placements, I was like, bro, this is like the first time I've done placements since like I don't know, season 3. I think we're on season 8 now, right?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not gonna even hazard a guess.
I think we're on season 8. I don't even know.
We're definitely a bit farther along from 3, that's for sure, but I don't know which specific season we are on. I mean, I'm always playing ranked, just because that's like the game mode we always play, but you will never see me alone in a ranked game. Always with some friends.
Absolutely. That's pretty much the only time I play this. And it's usually friends that are like Diamond 1 or so it's like it's not like I'm playing like competitive or nothing like that. I mean, I'm still trying to like win, but it's not like it's just me being a ball chaser. It's not like me actually doing rotations, waiting for like passes or any of that stuff, because that
Mm-hmm.
stuff don't happen when it's them.
Mm-hmm. you know them.
like,
Yuck.
like let's be honest, bro. I mean, I don't get past you, not intentionally at least. So, yeah, it's just different.
What do you have planned for the rest of the day?
Missing.
Except for
Okay.
studying Japanese, I guess.
Oh, not a lot. I mean, study my flashcards. Get my clothes out the dryer.
Hype.
Maybe I'll shave.
Sheesh.
Yeah, probably shave. I don't know. I'm contemplating on if I should do it.
A man got those
Um,
looks.
and then I don't know. Probably just I don't know, study in the game again, I guess. Maybe I'll actually edit. Well, I mean that video, our first video, I trimmed out a little bit. But there was a little tangent where like I kind of went on because it was right after we were talking about the different parties over there,
Mm-hmm.
and one was like the working party, and so I looked at it and I was like, man, I went on a little tangent about like my job a little bit and it was supposed to correlate back to how I kind of like the idea of the working party, because like being part of a union, it's supposed to be about the worker and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I realized in the video, I was like, man, I just went on a tangent and I didn't make that correlation, so I'm gonna edit that part out.
Oh no, that
Yeah.
that happens all the time, especially when I'm editing my solo videos. I have this thought in my mind, and I know how it relates to what I've said previously and what I want to say next. But then somewhere along expressing that first thought in the transaction, in the interaction, everything just gets lost in translation, and I just start rambling on about something else.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard
mean,
to keep track of your intentions.
honestly, I felt so bad for that video because like it's one of those things, kind of like how I said that statement, that hot topic about rock music being like the pop for dudes. It's funny because I went to work and I was asking my coworker who listens to a lot of the same music. I was like, bro, is that outlandish for me to say? I've never thought about it. I'm like, do I? I don't think I believe that. You know?
Even like 3 hours after recording our video, you were already doubtful about your own takes. That means that they were really, really hot takes.
Well, it's just because like I'm just like it's just one of those things. It's like, man, you know, when you're not like fully aware, like say you're sleeping and then, you know, you wake up and whoever woke you up was like, "Hey, didn't you say, you know, you said this or that?"
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, "I don't remember saying that." Like it's like you're there, but you're not, you know, you're just
Mm-hmm.
not fully self-aware. And I felt like a lot of what I was saying was like that. I was just saying things, but I wasn't consciously thinking about what was actually coming out of my mouth.
The life of a YouTuber, I guess.
No, it's just the life of somebody that was not awake.
I guess that's my fault for letting you record up early.
That was my fault for actually trying to practice and not like doing anything to wake myself up.
Maybe we were both at fault.
Nah, I was at fault.
Whatever. If one of my clients would say that to me, I would smack them across the face.
Wow, that sounds like abuse.
No, it's in Dutch we call it a pedagogische tik. It's a nurturing little hit, just a little, you know, a little.
However you want to rationalize assaulting somebody.
Just a small disclaimer that is satire. I never touch my clients.
Yeah, I'm sure all those guys hitting their wives are doing it because they love them, huh? What the fuck? It's just a little love tap. We just call it a little whatever you said in Dutch.
Sadly, you are, I think, not that far from the truth as you would expect, because most of the times the people that are abusing have been abused, and it's the only thing they
Yeah.
know from their parents, so they think that that is indeed, oh, nice goal, man. How they show love to other people.
Yeah, you know, it's such a wild concept. Well, not really a wild concept. It's weird when you kind of self-reflect on like how your mindset has changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Because like normally I'd be like, "Oh, that guy's just, you know, an asshole or this or that." But like now as somebody that's, you know, getting a little older, I look back and I'm just like, you know, yeah, that guy's like a monster, but he's a monster not generally not from his own volition. He was
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately just, you know, carrying that torch probably from how he was raised.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like for an example, I have this one coworker who I've never claim I've never really tried to kind of claim anybody's a certain way before just because I don't know. I don't really like to like label anybody as a certain way,
Absolutely.
but I think she's generally a narcissist and
Mm-hmm.
like and she is very prone to outbursts and like she kind of attacks everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Verbally of course. Says the meanest stuff to even the people that should be friends. And wow.
Yeah, true.
And you know, she's really isolating herself, but in the same sense, like from my perspective, I'm like, man, I was already trying to kind of like come up with ways to kind of like defend her in a way, like, you know, I just imagine she probably, you know, didn't get a lot of attention when she was younger, and maybe the way she's acting out is like the way to get her attention. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to like rationalize it, like the thought process behind it, and trying to look at it as to like why she's the way she is. And I mean, I think she needs help, of course, but yeah, no, you know, that's kind of like, you know, with that abuser thing, whether it's male or female, women can do it as well. But yeah, it's unfortunate that people repeat what has been done to them.
Absolutely.
You would think they would be I don't know why that is. You would think they would be so prone to try and change that, knowing how they felt in that instance. You would
Mm-hmm.
think they'd be more prone to not want to put somebody else through that. So I don't know why people repeat that. I don't know what the psychology of it is.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a spectrum. It's people that just have parents that were really strict and really restrictive on what they were allowed to do and stuff. Those people are like, hey, that aspect of my childhood kind of sucked. I want to do it differently when I become a parent. That's cool. But people that have actually been like abused emotionally or physically, sadly, their brain structure and their entire personality and everything about them has just changed to an extent where it's kind of in some way even out of their control that they repeat what has been done upon
Mm.
them.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of it's actually I don't know why. I just had this random memory. Um, I don't watch football at all,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember what was his name? Something Hernandez? Um, he was a Patriots tight end or something like that. I can't remember. And I don't exactly know what he did, but nice shot. I don't I think it's Aaron Hernandez, right? I think he was on the Patriots, and I don't exactly remember what he did. I don't know if it was like domestic abuse or some type of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I remember I think he ended up killing himself in prison or whatever,
Mm-hmm. All
and
right.
I think they did like a brain scan, and his brain was wired differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was mainly the concussions probably. I think they were rationalizing it that the concussions probably changed his like brain structure.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it's not far-fetched to say that that's probably, the rewiring that certain type of drugs and stuff do to your brain or maybe even hereditary stuff.
Absolutely.
Um
100%
so
true, yeah.
it's like, it's you're aware of it, but I don't know. I mean, you can only do what your brain tells you to do. Your brain overrides, brain's your control system. So if.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's exactly right, I think, what you're saying. I totally agree. There's even some people, reductionists, they are called, that go as far as to not distinguish between you who does something and your brain that controls something, but they have like the main statement, you are your brain. And that everything about you is just localized inside of your brain.
Mm.
Don't necessarily feel like I agree with that because of like spending 5 years studying our psyche and how complex that can become. Just reducing that to a couple of cells, I don't know about that. Sorry.
Oops. No, you're good.
Playing. I'll make it up to you. Oh god.
You had so much confidence. I like it.
Yeah, I've also been putting off editing the other Rocket League video we recorded together because I still don't know what I want to do about it or what I want to do with it, whether I want to make it into an unedited podcasty type thing or an edited
Oh, bro.
more standard
Okay,
type thing.
just edit out after the games are over. That's
No, don't worry, we've talked about this. Yeah.
because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my hot takes, even if it's about rock music. I'm keeping. I don't care if people have pitchforks at me. I don't really care.
Absolutely. But
Um,
it's a different. There's a difference between airing out your hot takes and airing out your dirty laundry, as per se, like your old personal stuff that doesn't have to be
yeah,
online.
yeah. I don't need no. I don't need no fucking people in the comments like, yo, this guy needs a therapist,
Yo, who
son.
is this guy, man?
Who is this guy? This guy needs some help. Nah, bruh.
Yeah, no, I also wouldn't be voluntarily telling people about my microscopic sized penis, so I guess some things are just better kept to ourselves, you know?
Hey, man. As long as we're in this together, that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in your comments is like, yes, finally, people that I can relate with.
It's It's a word that I heard on the Belgian radio today because there is apparently research been done into how large a share of the population here in Belgium actually has a micro penis, and it was only like 0.14% or something of the entire male population. And I was like, damn, finally something I excel at, something that makes me unique.
Finally, I won that lottery. Thank God. I'm part of a small exclusive group of people. Yeah, but are you part of the 0.14% of Belgium with micropenis? I don't think so. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
It's sad that I started working as a clinical psychologist a couple of weeks ago and I already have my business cards printed because otherwise you know what would be on there. Part of the 0.14%. With like a little blue check mark you would find on Twitter.
I could just see you running for office. Vote for me, even if you vote for me. I'm with you with the 0.14% that your voices have not been heard.
Your voices have not been heard because your voices are so high because of the lack of testosterone.
All of a sudden,
penises, man.
there's a micro penis lives matter. Oh man, that's. Oh God, I swear, if you have one viewer, I don't know, you have like 193 subs. If one of those subs or viewers is a female, this is what men talk about when you're not around. Okay? No, it's not talking about cheating. No, this is what we talk about. So you're good. That boyfriend that you're worried about, trust me.
You're good.
This is what he's talking about.
No, if your boyfriend is part of the 0.14%, of course.
Just know there's others. You might think to leave him for another guy, but 0.14% chance of having the same situation. You know?
Now I finally realized why we had 4 years of statistics in uni. It's all because of this.
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought we would get on the topic of micro penises.
That's
oh man.
I think
really airing out our dirty laundry, huh?
Absolutely. I think that's kind of also the downfall of talking with, and I'm tooting my own horn a little bit, a therapist, because one of the things I have to be is accepting towards every single topic, and every single topic of conversation has to be able to come up, so I don't shy away from most things.
But your dark humor is like, say it.
Yeah, I have to be careful in therapy sessions, that's for sure.
Oh, I know. Well, that's like the most vulnerable somebody ever is, really.
Absolutely.
I would never go to a therapy session. I ain't shit.
So I think a kind of thought that a lot of people have.
Out of curiosity, would you say most of your like clients or most people that go to therapy are males?
Out of my own personal experience, my personal agenda, and also the experience of co-workers, I would say definitely not no here in Belgium. Absolutely. I think it's skewed in the opposite direction. I think there's definitely more females. And there's all kinds of reasons for that, probably. More in touch with their emotions, more open about when it is going worse with them. I definitely also just get a lot of students in my therapy sessions, and I think in general there's a bit more females in higher education than males at this time in Belgium. I'm not completely sure about that, but that's at least what it feels like. Then again, I'm biased because I'm in psychology, but yeah, no, definitely more females, I think.
Yeah, I think women tend to like to work with other people more, and men like to work with things. So, and men, like, if you're a male and you're listening to this for whatever reason, go seek help.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Throw away your pride or your ego and go see some help. Go get some help.
Absolutely. I think, sadly though, toxic masculinity is still very much a theme in society nowadays.
Well, I think, I don't know. Well, I don't know about toxic masculinity, but I know one thing for sure is like, as a kid, a lot of dudes, you know, you gotta toughen up and tough it out. And I mean, there's times where you need to do that, but like you also gotta be able to throw away your own pride and go seek help if you think it's becoming too much at the same time. And that's like a thing. I guess that kind of goes with toxic masculinity in a way. Um, and oh, what if I skimmed it? That would have been great. Um, yeah, I mean, you guys gotta throw away that pride and go seek help, man. I mean, I feel like there's not like too much help for men, and even if there was, I feel like men, we definitely have too much ego. And you know, we were raised to tough it out and like, oh, you know, don't be a sissy, you know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, at the same time, like we all suffer in silence. Men or women, granted, they're always talking about their feelings and, you know, all that stuff, but you know, it's kind of like it's like think about going to the doctor, for example. I will not be going to the doctor unless I'm dying. Literally. Unless I'm dying and I literally feel like if I don't see the doctor, I will die. I will never go to get checked out or like, I think something's wrong. Unless I'm literally dying, I'm not seeing a doctor. Um, and I think it's kind of the same thing with like women. Women are like, oh, I don't feel so well. I'm gonna go to the doctor anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Women don't have a problem if they think something's wrong. Men, we just tough it out. We're either gonna, you know, we just can't put our ego aside. So yeah, men gotta change that up a little bit.
100% the truth. I think it's a combination of that, and also I think that, but this is again based on loosely on my own experience, not on any facts or something. But I also think that women just believe more in the effects of therapy because they believe more in the effects of just of talking.
That's fair.
I think it's easier for them to open up, and I think they like opening up more because they realize what effects it can have. But I think that's kind of intertwined with their history of opening up, whereas men are not used to it and therefore can't learn about the positive effects. It's a complex interaction, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Damn, we just kind of do it like that, you know?
yeah, it's like think for example. I mean, you can probably think about it like with your well, maybe not you specifically since you work with you know in psychology and you know, but think about it like this, like all your male friends, how often do you really like find out how they're like genuinely doing? Not like surface level, like, hey, what's up, man? Oh, you know, living the dream, as everybody says, and that's an American thing probably, you know. Living the dream is like, oh, this sucks, I hate it. Never living the dream. But like, how often do you like actually really know what's going on in somebody's life?
True.
Like how they're really doing. Men are not. We don't ever get to that level generally. Most dudes don't get to that level with each other. We're not like, oh shit, man, what's going on in your day? You good? Like health wise? Like you need to go to the doctors and get that go to a therapist or something. We don't ever talk about that. We're just like, I don't know. That's weird to us.
True.
Um, women are more prone to that, I guess, and it also might be because men are more of a we're not as like social butterflies, so maybe our social skills aren't like I know that stuff makes me uncomfortable. Like for the for the most part, like somebody's like, yo, Twisted, how you doing? Like, are you good? Good? And I'd be like, I live the dream,
Living the dream, you know.
I'm not gonna tell you how I'm doing, you know. So I don't know. I think yeah, men are a lot less prone to opening up and all that
Absolutely.
good stuff. So we
Absolutely.
suffer in silence.
Absolutely,
Can't
but
be like that.
it'd be like that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, we
As you
gotta tough
said,
it out.
because I am in psychology, it might be a bit different for me, but no, it's definitely true. I think there's only like a handful of male friends where I ever regularly like check in with how they're doing, and then it's most of the time with male friends of whom I know they have like shit going on, you know, of whom I know they might like to hear somebody ask how they are doing for a while, or for
Yeah.
once.
It's really like I don't know. I try and be that person. I try and be that person, which is kind of weird, you know. Like, if something's going on with a buddy, and he's like, yeah, went to the doctors, didn't get some good news. It's like, I don't know. I try to, I don't try and really, solve the issue, but I try to, I don't know. I always have this, like, maybe I lie to myself and I always have this, like, glass half full outlook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, everything has a pro and a con, but I try to always, like, remind people of the benefit,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's a shitty situation. Um, like, okay, you got really bad news from the doctors, but at least, like, now you know that this is where you stand and, like, imagine me saving that ball. Like, this is where you stand medically, and so now you're aware of the issues you have to deal with. And okay, so now let's not even focus on what it is. Let's focus on how we're gonna fix it and get the best outcome. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I try to be an optimist, even though I don't know. I, I try not to be a pessimist. I try to be an optimist and try and see the positives and everything, because if you see the positives, the negatives aren't so bad, I guess.
Yeah,
I
absolutely
don't know.
makes sense. That's definitely the type of people you want to have in your life, really, because when you're in a situation where you go to the doctor, you receive bad news, that bad news encapsulates your life, I can imagine, and it's all you can see for a while.
Yeah, it's definitely I'm definitely a really big on oh, what an asshole. Why didn't you flick it? So I gotta block you.
Oh, he did to me. You got this. Yeah.
Easy.
Uh-oh.
Save me. Thank you. Other team.
You're welcome.
Um yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that like some people I wish I had my flip. That would have been a goal, 100%. I guess it's kind of oh, that's in. No. Why was it in? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool when people can actually like trust you with that type of stuff, but
Yeah, absolutely.
it's like at the same time, I don't know. I'm just like a big into like the whole mental health stuff. So like, normally when
Jesus.
like bad stuff is happening, like I'm looking at it from like a mental health standpoint. I'm not like I'm just like, I don't know. We all suffer with mental health issues for the most part, so I try not to let people get to that point where it overwhelms them or they dwell on it, because I know I'm the type of person that like I'll think about that shit all day.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely.
So
And
like yeah. That's why I'm like big on like music and like why I'm always trying to do something. Like if I'm not gaming or I have no desire to watch like any anime or something, I'm like, bro, I do not want to be self-aware of what's going on right now. Like that's when like all the bad thoughts come in, so I'm gonna distract myself to the best of my ability.
mm, mm.
Yeah, I just don't want people to like dwell on the bad shit.
It's definitely an understandable approach. It's logical, makes sense, gives you short-term benefits, but in the long term, we're getting our ass kicked. In the long term, it's
Yeah.
not always the best approach, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. It's more or less like, look, don't dwell on the bad shit. Just think, okay, what am I gonna do to remedy this? Get into it where we're happy, where we're Gucci, where we're in a better place. It's usually not stuff. Hopefully that is like a lifelong detrimental thing. So
I know, I think there's absolutely a lot of truth in there, but wouldn't you agree that sometimes the best starting position for an approach like that of getting things back on track is to kind of make some room and time for the thing that happened first?
okay, I missed. We're leaving.
We're leaving, I just decided.
We're leaving. We should have left it on 4. I didn't need that in my video, damn it. We're doing a tournament. Let's go. What's the tournament? It's Rumble. We're not doing a tournament.
No, you know, I have like one more in me. One more in me, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's an hour-long video. That's good enough.
Mm.
We didn't say anything controversial, did we?
I think maybe in like a gray area once or twice, but nothing too
yeah.
dark.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. what was it? Maybe, yeah, oh yeah, maybe the, domestic abusers are
Yeah.
doing it, giving their partners love taps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Well,
was kind of dark,
yeah, I think
but
for people
oh well.
with micro penises, and I don't speak because of them, because I
Okay.
don't know how they would feel about such a situation, of course. But maybe they got a little bit offended of well. But
Just know that we're attacking ourselves as humor too. So don't feel personally attacked.
absolutely, yeah, humor is always the
By
best
ourselves, I
coping.
mean Druid. But
What? Where is our feeling of alliance? Where has it gone? I thought we were in this together. The 0.14%, right?
it's funny. I've been calling you Druid this entire time.
Oh, I've just
But yeah,
accepted it. I've rolled with it.
no. I just realized you have no D in your name. You have no D, Mr. Micro. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to bring that back up. I have no D. Well, yeah, I'm part of the 0.14%. That's why there's no G. That's why it's Onkruid.
Do you know what my real life first name is? You do probably, right? Maybe.
I don't remember.
And come to think of it, I've definitely have heard you say yours once or twice, but I can't remember it either.
I would never say mine intentionally.
Like
I
as
don't think.
in a video or in general when we were just having conversations.
I don't think I would ever say my like real life name. I don't even really like when people call me by my like real life name.
Well, all right, then I guess I won't.
I mean, it's not
William.
whatever. I don't
Imagine if
know.
that was
It's
your real name. That would be crazy.
I don't know. I kind of go by like nicknames and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
even at work, for example. Like at work, um, we kind of yeah, we kind of have nicknames for each other. Like I don't ever call people by their like names.
You say.
So, for example, me and this coworker, me being 5'6", I'm short.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, her being a female, and generally females are shorter, she's like 5'4". But for example, everything, every nickname pertains to something small. Midget, leprechaun, dwarf,
Mm-hmm.
you know, small person, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like, I get so like bothered when she calls me by like my name. I'm like, what? I was like,
What the fuck did you just say to me?
bro, I'm like, do we got a problem here, bro? Like, did I piss in your cornflakes? We got a problem? We got beef? Call me by my damn name? Yeah, no, yeah, no, it's not often.
Well, then I guess I probably don't know it or have never known it. I definitely don't know it right now, but
Yeah, just like I have a coworker in this Discord, and he's so used to calling me by my like actual name, and I'm like, ugh, now everybody in the Discord is gonna call me by my damn name, and it's gonna piss me off.
hmm.
Yeah.
I think normally when for example, when Crowden's like, hey, what you doing this evening? I would say like, oh, I'm playing some games with Twisted. I think that's how I would call you. And how he calls
And
you as well, I think.
yeah, well, that's good.
And did I ever tell you what my YouTube name means? It's a Dutch word, obviously. Maybe I didn't.
Nope.
It's
I maybe.
the Dutch word for the kind of like weeds you find in your garden that you can get rid of even if you want to.
Wow, he demoed you, but I saved it. I'm goaded.
Absolutely
Um,
goaded over here. I'm turtling.
weeds that you can't get rid of. What do they mean? They just grow back, or they're just that
Yeah,
annoying to? They're like
absolutely.
that impervious.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a Dutch word for weeds, really.
Mm.
But I want to immediately clarify that I'm not an edgy marijuana user, so that's why I say
Mm.
weeds in the garden that you can get rid of.
Not into the devil's lettuce, are we?
Nah. I'm all about the Lord's word, you know what I'm saying? Amen to that.
Lord said, "Let there be Kush. Get high, smoke pot." It's funny because I remember watching I mean, I remember. I think it was somebody on. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It was on. Joe Rogan's podcast, but I
Mhm.
think it's just in almost. I think he was into like religion or where it all started, whatever. You know, I mean, a lot of experts on it,
Mhm.
on different topics, and he said that where the burning bush like originated is where a lot of weed plants grow. So, like the possible. Well, I mean, Joe said this. So what you're saying is everybody was just going out of their mind when they came up with that story. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, it's
Probably shouldn't
possible.
talk about religion. You know how people are about religion.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it'd be like that. I don't care.
true. It do be like that sometimes. I'm not an atheist. I think I'm more agnostic. I only a couple of months ago realized what the difference between those two are. It's not that I
All right.
oppose beliefs or anything, but I just don't
Yeah.
know or believe
Sorry, I didn't
anything.
mean to yell. I turned one mic off.
No problem.
Yeah, some people are, oh my, oh, they're getting mad.
Let's quickly get out of here because before they mess each other up.
No, I want to,
I
that's
want
right.
to see the rage.
Oh, one left. I want to see the rage, let the hate see through you. Oh,
All right.
okay. I think that's a good play. Yeah, that's a good hour-long video. I don't think I'll edit any of it.
No, me neither. Was an enjoyable conversation together again.
Yeah, it's nice when I'm awake and I'm not saying incoherent stuff and I don't, Yeah, okay. That was a good session.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, we'll
Thanks
have
for having me yet again.
yeah, my 19 viewers with the exception of you, it's yeah, they're gonna enjoy not watching this video.
No, because they're listening to it because it's a podcast on a second screen, right? Right? Copium, right? Anybody, right?
Oh, damn, I literally just stopped recording right there. But yeah.
That's fine.
You like that?